Modern narratives often treat a threat as a problem to be solved with one final heroic stroke. To the civilizations that actually birthed these myths, a permanent victory of that kind shatters against the reality of the natural world. Early cultures viewed the universe as a fragile pocket carved out of an infinite, unkillable void. Chaos existed before creation, and it would remain long after. Reality was a temporary structure, a small glow of logic constantly bombarded by the absolute nothingness surrounding it. When your enemies are as vast as the ocean or as heavy as the earth, you cannot kill them. You have to find a way to prevent the apocalypse from happening every single day. These cultures relied on dynamic containment, the active daily labor of keeping the world from falling apart. Some threats arrive on a predictable schedule. In ancient Egypt, that threat was Ebeb, a massive serpent of nothingness that sought to swallow the sun every night. This scene shows Ra traveling the underworld in his solar bark, fighting off the serpent's attacks to ensure the sun rises. To assist, temple priests burned wax effigies of the snake, treating cosmic order as a constant, collaborative project. The Mesopotamians applied this same logic to biology. They identified the demon Lamashtu as the force behind plague and infant mortality, a predator that could never be fully eradicated. They countered her by invoking Pazuzu, a terrifying king of the wind demons. By hanging amulets of Pazuzu's face in the home, they used the fierce, fiery nature of one monster to scare away the malice of another. Whether facing the setting sun or a spreading disease, containment in these cultures functioned as an exhausting, necessary routine. Sudden environmental catastrophes required a different mechanism. When the earth shook or volcanoes erupted, the strategy was physical, geological lockdown. The Greeks personified this seismic volatility as Typhon. He was a 100-headed monster created by the earth to shatter the home of the gods and unseat the Olympian order. Zeus countered the threat by pinning the immortal giant beneath the sheer weight of Mount Etna. This served as the literal explanation for Mediterranean geology. Typhon's underground thrashing generated earthquakes, and his fiery breath fueled the eruptions at the surface. Norse mythology used a similar strategy for the giant wolf Fenrir. Because the wolf grew fast enough to threaten the gods themselves, they bound him with Gleipnir, a silken chain made of paradoxes that could never be broken. They applied this to the sea as well, forcing the world serpent into an Ouroboros loop. By biting his own tail, the serpent physically held the boundaries of the ocean together. In this worldview, gravity and stone were the primary tools of imprisonment. The physical world was quite literally built on top of sleeping monsters. A third strategy moves beyond repulsion and imprisonment, focusing on the conversion of a monster into the foundations of civilization. In the Izumo region of Japan, the 8-headed serpent Yamata no Orochi represented the violent, recurring floods of the Hi River. The storm god Susanoo defeated the serpent by intoxicating it and hacking it into pieces. Deep inside the monster's destructive runoff became the raw material for advanced metallurgy and agricultural tools. This theme of technological conversion appears again in the Babylonian creation epic, featuring the primordial saltwater dragon known as Tiamat. After the god Marduk killed Tiamat, he split her body in two. He used the halves to construct the sky and the earth, and channeled her weeping eyes to create the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. By converting the raw violence of a monster into the architecture of the state, these cultures ensured that order was fueled by the very chaos it sought to control. These mythologies suggest a world where stability is an ongoing task rather than a final destination. The Egyptian concept of ma'at, cosmic balance and truth, demanded active, daily maintenance to survive the night. This ancient mindset maps onto modern anxieties. Managing a volatile river, surviving a pandemic, or navigating societal shifts all require the same relentless attention to the boundaries of order. Chaos is never fully defeated, it is simply managed. The perpetual struggle to keep the light winning is the engine that keeps the world turning.